y'all. How's it going, everybody? That felt like the longest 24 hours I've ever experienced in my lifetime. I don't know what kind of time warp that was, but I feel like I got a lot done. My leg has miraculously gotten a lot better. Just such a short time frame. I'm pretty sure it's a medical miracle, to be honest. But yeah, 24 hours later, it's already feeling good enough to test the small bike out, so I'm gonna release it from the vault. It's been locked away for quite a while now. Let's see if it's still in here. Come on. Aha. There she is. Come on. Come on, girl. Come on, get out of there. There we go. Oh, jeez. Oh. I need this too. I don't know how I managed to do it. In the short time that I've been gone, I also made the trek down to North Carolina to retrieve this beautiful machine, along with the other beautiful machine that may have just run you over. Yeah, you know, I'm just pretty efficient with my time. Just a good multitasker, leg healing, airline flying. Not really too big of a deal, you know, it's just whatever. But I figured since I have the van now, come on. There we go. Figured since I have the van back now and my small bike, I might as well make the 2-hour trek to the closest good pump track to me, which is ridiculous, but it's a fun place. We made our way all the way over to the New York-Pennsylvania border to ride the Port Jarvis pump track. I've been here a few times before. I have some old clips, some story clips. There's a chance you've seen it, but it's the closest good pump track that I know of, and perfect for some leg testing, so I'm excited to see what happens. Honestly, I'm not really too worried about this. Like I said, I've been riding plenty of mountain bikes, and it's not quite the same movements or effort, but yeah, it feels all right. It definitely helps a lot with overall strength. But there are some pump track moves that I do think are going to be an issue. And I already felt it in that corner. One lap deep, it didn't feel too bad. But I did feel a little tweak on a lot of these corner pumps. I like to drop my outside leg and crouch into it, kinda. Wait, no, that's not right. I like to drop my outside leg and kinda like lever against it. And I can't get low enough. I actually kinda got a little stuck in that one. A little G'd out. But I don't quite have the, what's the word? The knee flexion yet. Like, I don't know. I can force it to go all the way to my butt after like warming up, but there's still a lot of tension in my knee. But other than that, it felt good. I'm gonna keep going. Maybe get the speeds going a little bit. I feel strong. I don't want to bait you along and think this is gonna turn into some crazy like pump track stunt video. It's gonna be pretty mellow. But as a consolation, I think towards the end I'm gonna finally run through this beautiful machine here. That isn't clean at all and has been sitting in the back of a van for 6 months. Or no, 3 months, jeez. We're about to be freaking moving. I'm gonna give her some juice and see what happens. Oh yeah. I love this part. Whoever designed this thing is a real one. Oh, I can't really manual though. Yeah, course designers, you real ones. Not too bad, huh? Some old bikes are freaking fun. I was holding my breath when I wasn't talking, but it's good. There's actually a lot more to this place than I've shown so far. I usually kind of just get stuck in that outside loop, but they do have some other options in here. Oh, I'm back on the outside. Oh, oh my God. I like how you have to hug the berm to berm right there. It makes this last jump to the right so much harder. Also, no, I did not get a haircut. And it isn't a lot less cloudy out right now, so Yeah, I wouldn't think too much about that. Don't even worry about it. All right, I'm gonna give you another tricky little line, and then I think we're gonna go check out the bike. Whoa, getting away from me. That was sketch. Hold on, I'm running again. Oh, missed the corner. A little bit. Alright, that's enough of that. Okay, major breakthrough here. I wasn't recording. I was just rolling around after I closed that last clip, and I did a slow manual over the jump that I jumped, and there was like a huge pop in my knee, and I thought it was bad at first, but it like, dude, everything loosened up. I'm a free man, almost. I just did a hot lap. It freaking is kind of working, and I could manual. That is good news for the future, but for now I'm still gonna go showcase my beautiful machine after I do it a couple more laps, but I'm hyped. We're going on a bike inspecting adventure here. We're going for the scenic shot. Oh, we found it. That's what I was hoping to find right there, baby. I just gotta remember how to get some angles. I'm hoping that I don't ruin the view with my face, but this is my spot, because it's the only place that I can sit down without being in the dirt. Okay, to be fully honest, I am not a bike check guy. If you couldn't tell from the fact that I've never posted one, and I've mostly ignored everybody that's ever asked me for one in the past many years, but you know, we have a beautiful river, and I have my bike, and I can't quite ride as well as I would like to, so I'll hook you guys up. Well, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies that are on this bike. All this stuff I ride because it feels good. So yeah, I guess I'll just start off with the more major pieces of the bike and then work my way down, and hopefully I don't forget anything. Don't judge me for my B-roll. First off, most important item of the bike, the frame. This one is getting a little bit old, but it's the Sabrosa MR1 matte raised frame. It was a little bit flashier back when I got it. All my sick Gucci highlights and everything are all gotten scraped away over the years, but if I remember right, it's like about a 13.3 back end, 21-inch top tube, and everything else is pretty generic. The next most important thing to me would probably be the wheels. Front and back, we both started with some beautiful profile minis. The rear has a few little titanium internals there. We got the tie driver and tie... Actually, I think this one just has the tie driver. The front one is completely standard. I don't really know how many options they have for that, but normal mini in the front. They're both laced up to some beautiful G-Sport bird cages. Shout out to Full Factory. They did help me get my hands on these. For how light these things are, they have taken some hits and survived. I've never really had any issues. Maybe a couple like tiny case marks, but never really any rim ruiners. But hey, if any of you people have any connections to those companies that make carbon rims, I would kind of want to try a pair, if that's possible. I'm just putting it out into the world. I don't know what they are going to feel like or if it would be good for me, but I like the sound of lighter wheels, and carbon rims would be baller as hell. But I'm not baller enough to afford them, so that's the only way I can get my hands on them. Yeah, a little self-plug. If anybody has a contact there, I'd appreciate it. Next up, we've got the forks. Pretty normal, Odyssey R32s. Some people think I run really steep offset since I do a lot of front wheel stuff, but the answer is no. Just some regular old 32mm offset, normal old forks. Oh yeah, and going back for a second, I forgot about the tires when we were talking about the wheels. I recently switched to Demolition Momentums because I used to run the KHE Mac 2 Pluses, which felt really great, and I loved them, but every time I would enter a contest and I would ride a little bit over my head, I would end up tagging something inevitably, and I would blow my tire out. And I kind of got frustrated with that because it ruined a lot of events for me, and I was very stubborn because I did like riding them, but now I ride these, and I could case the heck out of anything, and I haven't blown a tire up, not to jinx myself. So I'm a Momentum rider now. They're a little bit heavier, they're not folding, but still decently light, and they haven't let me down yet, not to jinx myself. I guess the next most major part would probably be the cranks. Interesting story about these cranks. You may have heard part of it back in the video when I was exploring the mountains of North Carolina riding that bull. I'm not gonna go into it, but these were some very limited edition, special feature Shadow Odin cranks that I acquired in Texas. Yeah, these kind of unintentionally caused a bit of an incident online that I did not mean to have happen, but I have a dog. Hi! My friend. How are you? I just want to leave that in the past. That was a whole mess of a thing. Shadow Odins, they work 170mm. That's a little shorter than I have been riding, but they feel pretty cool. Connected to the cranks. Of course, we have the pedals. These are a little more deadly than most. Ordered them on Amazon because I'm a bad person. These are the Crank Bros Stamp 7s. If you don't want your feet to move ever, the pedals for you. Not super heavy, very aggressive pins, and they did cause me to have an incident that I've never had before, and it rocked my dome a little bit. I'm shaving the pins down so that doesn't happen anymore, but they feel good. Bit less interesting, we got the chain, the KMC X101. Very strong full link chain. Never had any issues, never had any breaks. Not to jinx myself, I am probably going to be replacing this one soon because it's a little over a year old, and might as well because I have another one in my room. Then we got a 28 tooth profile sprocket that's pulling the chain around. 28.9 so far to me has been the perfect gear ratio. I have thought about going a little bit heavier. The only place I really felt like I needed it was in France when I tried to do that one feast that never made the light of day in a video because I blew it. Whoa. That was really the only place where I felt like I needed to go faster. 28.9, you could get moving pretty good, pretty fast, so it's probably where we're gonna stay for now. Maybe I shouldn't have gone in such a random order because I know I'm gonna forget something. Oh yeah, the pegs. Got a very rare rear peg here. Shaved down, super custom to 45-degree angle because, you know, it's just better that way. On the actual riding surface, we're down to about 2 inches, so the peg tricks are a little extra precise for me right now. The front one isn't quite as extreme. Oh, my dog is back. Hello, don't get me wet. Don't get me all wet. But yeah, they're aluminum 34R Moto pegs that I really wish I could get another set of, but probably the coolest pegs I've ever had. Ricky gave them to me like 5 years ago, and they're still surviving. Flipping the bike around again, we've got the stem that isn't anything super special. I used to run the profile push stem, but had a bit of an incident, and I needed a loaner stem, so I got sponsored by Jaden Mucha. It's a 48mm King High-Rise stem. They have it labeled very accurately so that you're staring at it the entire time you ride for some reason. Clamped down in the King High-Rise, we've got some Colony Alexheim Sweet Tooth bars. They're 29 wide, 8.8 rise, and they're one of the more recent part changes. I used to run the Sunday Jackal bars that Chris Childs had. They were also 8.8 rise. I'm very stubborn and I don't want to change that, but Sunday discontinued them and there's only a few 8.8s left on the market, and these are one of them. Alex Heim is a crazy rider, so I figured maybe some of his talent would be infused in these bars and I would be a better person. So far that hasn't happened yet, but you never know. And then something that has never changed because there's no other grip on the market, as far as I know. ODI long neck, nice and generic, none of that soft compound stuff. A beautiful flanged, really harsh, grippy grip. It's the only grip that exists, so I don't really know what else anyone would get. I think that's about, oh wait, my seat. We've got the seat posts from Merit. I don't remember what they were called, and I don't know if they make them anymore. Mike Brennan was actually kind enough to get these to me back at Woodward. I think it was probably 3 years ago. As you can see, it's a little ripped up. It does have some hours on it over those 3 years, or 4 years, or not really sure. Time is an illusion. Yeah, it's a nice black seat, good size, and I haven't had any issues, but I'm probably gonna look for something new soon because it is falling apart. But I think that about does it. I'm a freaking bike checker. Hopefully it didn't look too dark or weird. Like I said, I haven't used the camera in a while, and this is an interesting lighting situation. But look at that water. Beautiful. We got some reflection of the sky in there. We've got a beautiful bike that is actually probably gonna get fully replaced soon. I freaking pranked you guys. I finally came out with a bike check and it's all gonna be freaking redone. I don't really know how big of a change I'm going for, but I would like to refresh most of the stuff because it is getting old, except for the wheels are pretty fresh. Once again, if anyone has a carbon rim contact, you know, just hit me up, drop me a comment or leave me a DM. Just putting it out there. I just want to see. I want to try. I want to test them out. If you need a tester that cases a lot, I'm here for you. Thanks for coming to hang out with me down by the water. I am technically living in a van down by the river right now, the last day or two. Those are my kayak friends. They're just out there getting it. But yeah, next video should be a little bit more entertaining. I do need some help alerting YouTube that I am alive again, I am posting, and the more of you that like the video or interact with it in some way, leave a comment, whatever you want to do, the more it helps me tell YouTube that my channel is not dead and I haven't given up on it. I just had a slight injury and I don't make sitting in a chair reacting to videos. I'm a freaking stunt biker. But the next video is probably going to be a little bit more interesting than this. I'm going to be on some ramps. It's going to be great. I'm going to be testing the limits of this beautiful scarred piece of bioengineering here. Yeah, until then, goodbye.